Today I'm looking at the PolarPro ND filters for the Mavic Pro, specifically the Cinema series. And I thought I would give you a look of how they fit onto the lens and calibrate with the gimbal. I wanted to order the ND filters from DJI, but they were on back order, and as a result I was not able to get a hold of them. So I'm about to head out on a trip and I needed something, so I'm giving this a try and I'm pretty pleased with the results. I doubt I will be buying the DJI filters at this point. It's a tight fit, it snaps in place, and it is not going to come off. The PolarPro Cinema series has a contrasting color which is gold, orangish gold, and I think this is very important for the front of the camera lens because it will help you avoid, when it comes time to taking this off, pulling on parts of the Mavic that you don't want to pull on while you're removing it. Because the fit is so tight, you need to just get a fingernail right on the edge of it in order to pop it off. But I think overall, that's a good thing because it's going to stay in place while the Mavic's in flight. The Cinema series ND filters come in a 3-stop, 4-stop, and 5-stop option. And I've noticed that in bright, full sun, in order to shoot at 24 frames per second, I'm pretty much working with the 5-stop filter. In order to get that cinematic look with your footage, which includes a certain amount of motion blur, you need to be following the 180-degree shutter rule when you shoot, which is basically setting the shutter speed on your camera to double the frame rate that you're shooting at. So at a 24 frame per second frame rate, you want to have about 150th of a second shutter speed. And if you're shooting at 30 frames per second, then you want to be at a 60th of a second shutter speed. Basic rule, there's a lot of information about this out on the internet. And so the Cinema series ND filters from PolarPro help you do that by cutting out the light when you're in bright sunlight, and this allows you to maintain that look that you want from your footage so that you don't get a jerky or a very overly sharp image. So I hope this has helped a few of you at least evaluate whether or not the PolarPro Cinema series ND filters are a good choice for you. It's not the cheapest option out there, but I think it's a good one in 3-stop, 4-stop, and 5-stop filters.